Hello and welcome Raptors fans to Raptors Today. Randy Urban in Las Vegas as the Raptors fall to the Miami Heat in Game 4 of their Summer League Series. 109-73 is your final. The Raps were without Grady Dick and Jonathan Mobo once again in this one, but it was really the turnovers that did them in. 15 in the first half, allowing Miami to jump out to a big lead, and from there the Raptors never really recovered. Now, on the bright side, Jacoby Walter had one of his best games, 16 points to lead the team, and he spoke after the game. Jacoby, just obviously not the game or the start that you guys wanted. What kind of went wrong there in that first quarter?
I think we just got punched in the mouth early. We need to come out with intensity first. We shouldn't be in a game where we have to fight back as early as we had to. So I think just our mindset going into the game needs to be fixed.
How do you change that? Is it just a matter of turning on a switch, or is it becoming more focused?
Yeah, more focused. Preparing earlier. Making sure we all got our routines early so our bodies and minds are ready for the game.
You personally got it going a little bit in that fourth quarter, finished with 16. How'd you feel out there?
I mean, you know, like I was saying in the past days, just the more reps, the slower the game gets for me. I think just letting the game come to me just kind of helped me out. And like you were saying, just start knocking down shots.
Do you notice that from game to game it's slowing down? Is it?
Yeah, of course. The more games I play, not the easier it gets, but the more I'm starting to understand the pace of the game, and then at this level.
What was something that you figured out today that maybe kind of clicked?
Just ball movement, moving the ball more, being aggressive, trying to get the defenders to foul, and we can't really focus on the refs as much. We shouldn't depend on the refs to dictate the game.
What's the mindset going into Game 5? Obviously, it's an extended tournament. Everybody's kind of wary, but you still got to come ready to go.
Just win. We definitely want to leave here knowing that we got the win and that we played our best.
Head coach Jama Mahlalela didn't get enough on both ends of the floor, but is looking to finish strong on Sunday in the finale. He also spoke after the game. Jama, obviously not the game you wanted. What went wrong there that you saw?
Yeah, I think Summer League is a really unique experience for young athletes to figure out how to play professional basketball. And today was a really clear example of the guys not really figuring out how to prepare themselves to play game after game. And 4 games into a longer tournament, you could tell they just didn't have the preparation. And that's the learning curve. And that's where I think everything you do is about learning. And so the message to the team was that we need to figure that out. And in a year or two from now, remember this game and remember why you didn't perform at the level you needed to. Obviously getting hit the way we got hit at the beginning of the game, it was over pretty quickly. But I thought they did sort of persevere through that. They kept on fighting. They kept trying some new things, and I commend them for that for sure.
Turnovers obviously was the story in that first quarter. It seemed a little bit contagious. Why does that happen, and how is it so tough to stop when it does start to roll like that?
I definitely give credit to Miami. I think their aggressiveness, their defense was really high level, probably the best we've seen in terms of physicality and putting us on our heels. Obviously, we're trying to do the reverse to them, but I think that created a lot of the turnovers, and I think we didn't respond early enough with enough physicality. So when we kind of get bumped off the ball, it turns into turnovers, it turns over wanting fouls, as opposed to us sort of dominating the ball and getting to the rim and protecting it more.
They came in shooting the ball from 3 at a great rate, 47% throughout the whole tournament. They got some great looks, made them. What's key to kind of stopping that? I mean,
yeah, an elite three-point shooting team. I think we had some strategy in terms of what it could look like to sort of stop that three-point barrage. Their players shot the ball really well, credit to them. And I think for us, again, it's a learning curve. I think Summer League really is, and listen, these young players are trying to find the balance of what it is to play at an NBA level and do it consistently, and I thought they just couldn't quite find that, especially early in the game. That second half we played them even for the most part, but the first half was just too much of a deficit.
Jacoby Walter at 16 kind of got fired a little bit there in the fourth quarter. Just assess how he played today. Yeah,
I think for Jacoby, a few moments where you saw the sort of specialness of him, his ability to sort of navigate the paint, find his way into space. I think as you watch him over these first 4 games, he can find the empty space. And an NBA floor, that's a really elite skill, to find where the opening is and get his body there and either lift up for a shot or draw a foul.
Last one more on Sunday. The motivation, how do you sort of garner that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's another game. It's motivation enough. I think anytime you get to play professional basketball, it's an honor, it's a privilege, and I think that should be motivation enough. I think for these young guys, the real reality is everyone's always watching, and there's always a scout who's seen what that player can do, and we'll give everyone an opportunity to play and sort of showcase their skills, and I think we stay together as a team. That's what this thing's about. You know, win or lose, we're together as a team, and I think we saw some solidness in that throughout this entire tournament.
Since the Toronto Raptors fall to the Miami Heat, 109-73. If you didn't get a chance to watch it live, here are your game highlights.
The Bellagio Fountains, trademark of the Las Vegas Strip out here in the desert, but so is Thomas Macarena in the pavilion during NBA Summer League week, and after several games on the docket, we are ready for the playoffs starting this weekend. Javon Freeman, Liberty, 24 points his last game. He's going to start this game on the bench.
And he's been a spark plug coming off the bench throughout Summer League for the Raptors, so going to go back to that role in this one, but he's been their most consistent performer thus far.
So again, Miami, right now, they have the best point differential of all the undefeated teams. So they believe if they win this game, they will be part of that Final Four going into the semifinals this weekend. Stevens looking up top for Ware, just like that. We are off and running here. Lazy pass there by Carlson. And it is 11-0. Miami Heat to start this game. You think they don't want to be undefeated and go to the playoffs this weekend?
Many of the guys looking over.
The Raptors finally get on the board. Carton, nice cut to the basket.
That's shocking right there, Michael Eve.
Looks like the Raptors picking up their defensive intensity here. Some of the guys are coming off the bench. But they didn't cover the corner three by Josh Christopher.
Probably a third, and that's a great question because as these guys get older in the rankings, the NBA draftability becomes a factor. When you get to this level, it's not going to be about scoring.
Poirier with the baseline drive for the dunk. Stevens follows on miss the swider. Larson on the other side. That's the 10th three of the first half for the for the Heat, pardon me.
Love the pass by Josh Christopher.
Carlson spots up for three.
Nice find, great action right there. Just playing off 2 feet, getting into the painted area.
Stevens can't get to go. Raptors pull it up.
His last time playing at Chapel Hill against Carolina, 39. You remember we talked about DJ Carton, right?
Yes. He's athletic. He did not miss that opportunity to touch the rim.
He did.
And we're talking about players being in the right environment. To me, that is the true measure of a team's front office and their scouting.
I think a lot of it had to do with his Summer League teammates. But when you consider the fact of how valuable this experience is, that's the way, by the way. In comparison to going to the other side of the rim, that's how you attack the basket.
Excuse me, Mr. Ware. That one's got to feel good for Harry knocking that one down.
Get up. Okay, Alondas. Not quite the dunk of the Summer League like he had last time out. That still counts for 2.
Very pedestrian. Carlson's
been effective.
He has been.
If there has been a silver lining to this dark cloud for the Raptors, it would be Carlson. He's been effective throughout the entire game.
His energy has been there for sure.
He struggled a bit.
Yes, he has.
But you look at Khalil Ware, who's had success. 2 years of college. Taller. Probably more athletic because he's been in it for 20-plus years under Pat Riley.
Nice feed there by Giroud to Chauncey for the dunk. Question. Nice take there by Giroud.
It would be the late, great Kobe Bean Bryant. Rest in peace, Kobe. Rest in peace, Skelly.
So the Miami Heat handle business 109-73. They win their first 4 games here in Las Vegas, and they will be going to the playoffs this weekend. 109-73. Over on ESPN2, we got more Summer League action. Trailblazers and the Hornets. He's Corey Alexander. I'm Michael Eaves. Thanks for hanging out with us here on ESPN+.
All right, as mentioned, the Raptors fall to 2-2 after the loss to Miami. It's time to turn our attention now to Akil Augustine catching up with NBA insider Shams Charania.
I am now joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Shams. I got to shout out Savannah Hamilton, who's not here. I stole her interview, so I'm going to be picking your brain quickly about the Toronto Raptors. First and foremost, though, how's Summer League going for you this year?
Summer League's been great. Very, very hot, but love to see the town, love to see everyone come to the same city and be all, in the same area.
Yeah, a lot of contacts out here, a lot of people to schmooze and talk to, but I want to get your insights on the Toronto Raptors and their picks. Oh, some news coming in right now?
Nothing right now. Just a buzz.
Okay, so Jonathan Mobo, Jacoby Walter, as for his performance, these are the guys that the Raptors have selected. Did you know much about these guys? Were they on your radar? And what do you think of how they use their picks this year?
I mean, 2 obviously talented players I think this is a Raptors team that we're seeing going through a different type of transition now, right? With rebuilding around the Scotty Barnes of the world, Emmanuel quickly, both players getting massive new extensions this offseason. So this is a team that's obviously in transition, and I think those incoming rookies are going to be a big part of where this team could go. And what we've seen from Masai Ujiri, Bobby Western, this organization is trying to find diamonds in the rough and finding players that you feel like can have impacts for years to come.
All right, Scotty, you mentioned got that big extension. Your thoughts on the financials of that and what that means for him and the Raptors as they move forward?
So we've seen Cade Cunningham, we've seen Scotty Barnes, Franz Wagner, potentially Evan Mobley coming up, guys getting max rookie extensions, and that just shows the team believes in Scotty Barnes, and it's been known around the league that he's been untouchable. They refused to trade him for Kevin Durant a couple summers ago, so that let you know right there and then exactly just how they viewed Scotty Barnes.
All right, lastly, Grady Dick, Ochai Agbaji, kind of the elder statesman of this Summer League team. How big is this for them? I know Grady had an interesting first year, and Ochai trying to regain that momentum he had in the NCAA.
Massive. I mean, this is big summer league for both of them, and for Grady Dick in particular, we saw flashes of what he can do. Second half of the season, obviously split time in the G League at different points. But we saw some flashes with him, what he can do with the ball in his hands, be versatile, and I think seeing that develop over this summer league and in the summer, this is a big summer for Grady Dick.
All right, well, thank you so much. We know your time is in demand, so we appreciate you. Canada appreciates you too.
All right, that just about wraps it up for me here on Raptors Today. The Raptors fall to the Miami Heat, 109-73. Their record now 2-2 on the Summer League schedule, meaning they will not be in semifinal contention on the weekend. They will, however, have one more game on Sunday. Check Raptors.com for the time for that one. I'm Randy Urban. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.